Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Coledesac. So welcome. This one is going to be a bit different. So it's just going to be me answering a bunch of questions. Because next week I'm going to have a guest on the show. I'm going to have my one of my friends, Brian Liner. Hopefully he's able to make it. If not, you'll find out. But yeah, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I couldn't really think of really anything to do after the last one. But I found this cool app. It's called Pod Deck. Fairly certain that's what it's called. Yes, Pod Decks. And I screenshotted some of the questions. So these are my favorite ones. And I'm just going to start. One of them is if you could be a personal assistant to anyone, who would it be? If I had to be a personal assistant, well, first up, I would be a personal assistant. I'd be the boss. That's how I would run. Um, but if it'd be to anybody, it would probably have to be to a celebrity. Not Jim Carrey. I used to love Jim Carrey. But now he's kind of gotten a bit over the edge of tan. Let's see here. This one's a good one. I'll have to come back to that one. So, sorry, I ask a question, I don't even answer it. The second one is the oddest job you ever took to earn a buck. All right, this one's good. Oh man, no, this one's gonna be a doozy. Honestly, the oddest job I ever took. I mean, it's not even an odd job. It's just something I wouldn't have done. Um, I don't even so if you consider it a job. Yeah, actually, you could. So this isn't really odd, but it's probably the oddest thing I've got. I haven't done that many oddball jobs. So I once did campaigning for my dad, not for him, but for a political figure. And so we were stationed out of my dad's office, like his or my mom's old medical office, and then my dad took it over as a medical supplies office, and so they were there to sell the stuff. And so anyway, this politician, we did cold calls for him, me and my brother, and so at first it wasn't paid at all. We didn't make any money at this, and then my dad he goes, "Well, I'll pay you guys for every call you make." And we asked, "Well, how much?" And so he goes, 25 cents a call. And at first you're like, "What? You want to repeat that into my good ear, sir?" Like, what? But I did the math on it because the first couple of days we did it, we averaged about 500, 450 calls a day. And a call could be considered that ring the phone, they don't answer, you leave a message and hang up as fast as you can. If they did answer, you hoped that they just said yes to anything you said, so that way you can go on to the next call. So it kind of became a competition with me and my brother instead of actually paying attention to do the calls. So after like that week, we got charged, or not we get charged, but we got paid, and let's see here. I'm gonna do the math on that. It was 125 bucks for 500 calls if we did 500 a day. And my dad paid us out. He paid it. He was no stickler. And then we did that for roughly 4 or 5 days straight. So I'm just gonna say four. We made 500 bucks. I consider that a job. Like getting paid to just. I was happy. I think I was in high school maybe when that happened. High school, middle school, maybe. And yeah, 500 bucks to me. Well, okay, as a kid, when you're younger, any form of money is fantastic. Like you could be 12, and $500 is like $1 million to you because you're like, oh yeah, look at all these Benjamin. Like you just love it. And so because your idea of spending money is like, oh, I'm gonna go get some candy. I'm gonna buy a PS4 or an Xbox. I'm gonna just buy something, or something silly at Target or the toy store. So for me, that was a lot of money. I do not remember what I spent it on. Now $500 is like nothing. That's not even. I'd say that's a third of my rent now. So yeah, don't move to Sarasota, people. If you're looking for an apartment, do not move to Sarasota. it's expensive down here. But I also live in a 1-1. I don't have a roommate. So yeah, that would be probably the oddest job I ever took. Other than that, I really haven't done anything. I've worked at Abercrombie, um, Abercrombie Kids, and I was a model for both of these. And of course, every time I tell this to people, they look at me and go, "You were a model?" And I'm like, yeah. Do I look like I couldn't be a model? You know, like, do you see this face?" Nah, just kidding. Um, yeah, no. That was those were terrible jobs. Oh, the worst job that I ever had, though. I think it's one of the questions. Oh, I think it was one of the questions I have. Um, I don't remember though, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. The worst job I ever had, and people always like question me when I tell them this, but it was Cold Stone. Yeah, Cold Stone worked at Cold Stone. I'm gonna let you laugh a little bit. Do, do, do. No. And so I worked there for 3 weeks. Just 3 weeks. All right. Three, three, three. And my boss, who after I quit, was like, "You were only there for 2 weeks." I'm like, "No, no, no. I get paid for 3 weeks. I was here for 3 weeks. I counted because I hated that job." And I'm like, "I just need some money to make it through like the next month." And that's all I did. I made enough money to where I'm like, "Peace, I'm out." Yeah, I was not good at the stone ice cream flipping. I was not good at that. I was good at making the waffle cones though. That I did every day because it was the only thing I could do. Also, half the time we were just sitting in the back, just sitting in the back on our phones because I think we were open what at 11 a.m. Nobody comes in for ice cream at 11 a.m. Nobody. Who like what kind of sociopath you gotta be to want ice cream at 11 in the morning? You must have just broken up with your boyfriend at 10:30, and you're like you crying for 45 or not 45. You're crying for 25 minutes, and you go, "I can really use some ice cream right now. Like Johnny left me, and I just can't even right now." So yeah, that was probably the worst job I ever had. Not the oddest though. So on to the next one. Do I have anything autographed by a celebrity? Actually, yes, I do. So I always gotta yawn in these videos. I don't want you guys to hear my yawn. I do actually. I've got a backstage pass signed by Tim Hawkins. And now, if anybody knows who that is, he's super cool. For anybody who doesn't know, he's a Christian comedian, and my whole family saw him back. Oh shoot, this was definitely in August because I remember it was for my birthday. Um, this was probably back in freshman or sophomore year of high school, and we got front row seats, and it was the bomb. Oh my gosh, I knew all the jokes though because I had seen everything he ever did, so I knew most of his material. So the entire time, I'm just sitting there in the front row, like I'm just like mimicking the entire show. I couldn't help it. So every joke that he knew that he did that I knew, I would say it as he said it, and my dad would just look at me like, "Cole, stop." And it would just eyeball me like hard, like, "Can you stop and just let him do his thing?" So yeah, that was a fun day though. But yeah, that's probably the only thing I've got autographed by a celebrity. I mean, I consider him a celebrity. I know most people were like, "Oh, he's not a celebrity, he's just a comedian." Okay, well, do you think Kevin James is a comedian and he's famous? He's a celebrity. Kevin Hart, uh, Bert Kreischer. I love Bert Kreischer. I would love to get something autographed by him. So next question: what did your 15-year-old self imagine you'd be doing right now? I'm 15. I graduated high school in 19. That was 2014. So I was 18 uh, in junior year. 17 is sophomore. I love how I have to do this math in my head. 16 was freshman. Man, I was old. Um, and then 15 would have been eighth grade. So I was probably imagining I'd be an actor or a singer. 100%. Yeah. If for anybody, who's been in a car with me on a road trip, just sitting with me, silent. I start thinking, I can't help it. Or I start quoting movies or shows. Just can't stop. My family has told me repeatedly every time we're in a car together, if we're just at home, like if we're watching a movie, I'll be sitting there, I'm just quoting word for word, like as it's playing, and my family would just be like, "Could you stop?" My sister will normally say that, but my mom and dad would be like, "Really?" Or they'll just stare at me, and I'll be like, "Okay, I guess I'll stop." Same thing within a car with music. I'm always singing. I can't help it. So that's probably what I would be doing if I was at 15 years old. That's what my 15-year-old self would be imagining right now, and that didn't happen. So I did actually go on an audition though at one point, and I think it was a fake. I'll have to ask my mom that one. Um, I'm fairly certain that was a fake audition, but I honestly can't remember what it was for. Shoot. Oh, that's a good one. What's your theme song and why? Oh, 100%. This is the Imperial March from Star Wars. And why? Is because that is a banger. Ooh. Oh, man. You want to feel powerful? You listen to that before an interview or like a test. You're like, dun, 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 dun. I can't go anymore or else I might get copyright. But yeah, that song. Oh, if I had a theme, oh, if I had a theme song. Sometimes I'll play it, like just when I'm on my way to work. I'll be like, "Yeah, let's go, Dad," and just love it. So, given the choice of anyone in the world, why not say who? Whom would you want as a dinner guest? Oh, sorry. Who would I want as a dinner guest? I'm gonna say a dead person, but a specific dead person, because I don't really have anybody I want as a dead. Okay, okay, okay. My first up, my dead person would be George S. Patton, old Mister Blood, old Blood and Guts. Oof, that guy would be so cool to just sit down and talk with. I'd get inspired just by sitting at dinner. He'd start talking, and I'd be like, you start going, I'd fangirl out a little bit. And of course, he would have no clue why I'm freaking out. I mean, if I got him towards the end of the war and he knew, I'd be like, you are so inspirational for tacticians. If anybody who knows, I'm a big strategy guy. Like, that's one of my main types of games I play is strategy games. So, sadly, they're not putting out a lot of new ones. I just play older ones. But yeah, no, his tactics. Oh, I love watching those Battle 360 or Enterprise 360 on the Hit Military Channel. Fantastic shows. I highly recommend you watch them. But yeah, no, if my dead guest would be him, a living guest I'll have to come back to. I feel bad. I keep going. Oh, this one's a good one. What superhero slash villain would you most like to play in a movie? Spider-Man, no question. Um, yeah, no, I would love to play Spider-Man. Probably the college age Spider-Man. Although if I shave, I've been told I look like a high schooler. I have been called. What like this happened literally a year ago. I had a girl go, "What are you like 20?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm 24." Like, don't do that. Don't hurt me like that. Why you hurt me so? Why? Why are you running? Oh, terrible memes. But yeah, no, that would be the superhero or Deadpool. But I don't think I have the attitude to pull off Deadpool. Yeah, I don't think so. Now he'd be funny to just play, to be goof around with. Um, the Emperor. That'd be my villain. Just oh, I feel so bad, guys. I'm so sorry. I do these late. I don't know why. If I had somebody else to talk to, I probably wouldn't be, yawning because then I would be doing all the talking. So anyway, the villain. The villain I would play would be Emperor Palpatine. 100%. Oh, I love. I think he's one of the best super villains of any genre. 100%. There's nothing better. Quote me. Yeah. Only for the fact that Star Wars shaped me so much as a kid. It still does. It was my. I think I was honestly one of the first movies I ever saw that I remember. Um, I remember. I need a water. Sorry. I remember watching the old VHS tapes, the special edition VHS tapes, at my grandparents' house in Naples. Also, back in Missouri, where I used to live for like 5 years of my life. Um, I remember those movies. Also, they didn't have you know, they had the. I remember seeing Jabba the Hutt as a human. All right, before they changed him to Jabba the Hutt. All right, because he was in episode 4. Yeah, episode 4, because that's when Greedo got shot, and there was a scene where Jabba the Hutt comes to talk to Han Solo before they leave, and it's actually a guy. That's why in the line, he originally says, uh, "Jabba, you're a wonderful human being," but most people take that as him insulting him, but that was actually because he was played by a human. He was originally supposed to be just a guy. So little Star Wars trivia for you. Um, but yeah, that'd be that one. Would I rather be a hero or a villain, and why? Heck yeah, I'm gonna be a villain. I Okay, yes, the hero would be cool to play to be like in real life too. But I'd rather be a villain. They get all the cool stuff. Like yeah, the heroes are always winning, and like get the girl sometimes. But I'd rather be the villain. When it comes to Star Wars. I'd be the Empire. I would be either Darth Vader or, like a high ranking officer. So that way I get my own Star Destroyer. Or I'd just be the Emperor. Let me be the Emperor. I'll rule the galaxy. 100%. Yeah, but I'd be the good Emperor, all right? I wouldn't be like the dictatorship. Uh, for a safe and secure society. No. Um, yeah, I wouldn't do that. No, I'd be a good guy, but as a bad guy, if that makes sense. I think this is my last question. Yeah, it is, and then I'll go back to the first one I didn't answer. So this one is pancakes or waffles, and why? That's actually a tough one. I keep apologizing for this. I'm so sorry. I never drink my water, by the way. All right. H2O. Hydration. In a world where there's no hydration. um, Pancakes or waffles? This is a hot topic. I should go to Hot Topic. No, I'm just kidding. I don't shop at Hot Topic. Only for specific items. If it's a cool graphic tee. Other than that, no. Um, but yeah, well, pancakes or waffles? I'm gotta go with. Okay, this is gonna be controversial. I'll do pancakes if I'm getting like multiple pancakes, or if I want a lot of food. If I want a lot of food, I'm gonna get pancakes because they normally give you like a stack of three, depending on where you go. Like IHOP, they give you a short stack, it's three. Cracker Barrel, they give you three with the Mama's pancake breakfast. Hallelujah, best thing ever. But that's pancakes, bacon, and eggs, son. Let's go. Um, and then I'll say waffles if I want something fluffy. Like, yeah, pancakes can be fluffy, but waffles though are like thick boys. Yeah, those things. Get some syrup on them bad boys. Oh yeah. There's actually a restaurant like down the street from where I work. Actually, it's not even down the street. It's right next door from one of the stores I work at. And um, I'm gonna butcher the name. I always forget if it's excellent, or extraordinary. I can't remember either one. But anyway, it's a breakfast place, and I always get the waffles with eggs and bacon because I'm plain. I don't get anything else. It's always waffles, eggs, bacon. So now to go back to the first question I didn't answer. Personal assistant to anyone. I'm gonna go fiction or I'm gonna go fake here. I'm gonna go, cartoon world, movie world. If I could be a personal assistant to anybody, it would be another Star Wars reference. Not Darth Vader. He'd kill me in a minute. The Emperor though. Oof, that dude is so lenient. Like, as long as you do your job, he'll love you. Like, literally, he has no reason to kill you. Like, what's the point? He doesn't need to. Like, granted, if you do a bad job, Darth Vader might kill you, but he's not gonna kill you. So I would be the personal assistant to the Emperor, and then I'd get lightning. No, I'm just kidding. Haha, lightning. No, I'm just kidding. No. But yeah, no, that would be. I would probably be his personal assistant. If I had to be the personal assistant to somebody real, I don't even know. Maybe one of the Chris's, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth. Uh, Not Chris Rock. Why is he not included in that collection of Chris's? Why? That's a good question. Is it because he's black? Is it because his black son? No, probably not. Yeah, no, he should be included in that collection of Chris's. Chris Rock, Chris Brown, another Chris, another Chris. Look at this. I'm starting a trend. Yeah, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth. Oh shoot, who's the other guy? Oh, Sam, I gotta look this up real quick. Okay, if I gotta pick a girl though because that'd be so much fun. I could be like, you can't date her, you can't date. Ooh, okay. Emma Stone, right there. Emma Stone. Hold on. Check it. Yeah, I'll get the check, please. Emma Stone. For the fact that I can be like, your name is Stone? My name is Stone. What are the odds? And then I keep implanting the imagery of us getting married. Yeah. Uh huh. Oh, yeah. And then I'm like, I mean, I'm writing something down for her. Like, I mean, we should just get married already. And I'm like, what? And she looks at me and goes, what'd you just say? I'm like, I'm saying you should marry this, like, contract. Like, this thing is fantastic. uh, yeah, no, it'd be Emma Stone. She's so hot. Why? Like, why you gotta be so hot? Why you also have to have my last name? Like, I that also sorry, segue into something else. But why? I think she's one of Sharon Stone, but I don't care about her. Emma Stone though. You know her name actually wasn't Emma. It was Emily. Yeah, true story. Um, yeah, she used to be Emily Stone, but then I think when she became an actress, somebody had the name Emily, and so I think like Emily Blunt is my guess, but I don't know. So she changed it to Emma. I mean, I like Emma. Emma's got a good ring to it. At least for Emma Stone, it just sounds so good. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Sorry. Um, Thinking of family names, my family is actually related to somebody who signed the Declaration of the Independence. His name is Thomas Stone. I think he was the signer for Maryland. My mom did all the ancestry junk to check it out. She like went far back, like so far. But yeah, so that was this episode. I'm gonna clock it out right here. 25 minutes, not that bad. I can't complain about that. I might have to do an intro for this. We'll see. This ending might be cut too, so who knows. But I'm gonna sign up right here, guys. Thank you for coming to the Coledesac, and I'll see you next week.